Hey everyone, ready to dive into the world of AI and medical diagnostics?
Always ready for that.
Today, we're looking at MixMo, an AI platform that's making some serious waves. Imagine faster and more accurate diagnoses, even in the most remote parts of the world. Pretty amazing, right?
It really is. And what we have here is, well, two really fascinating sources. One really gets into the tech behind MixMo itself, and the other, well, it focuses on its ability to detect uterine fibroids using AI.
Definitely sounds like we have a lot to unpack today.
We do.
So maybe let's start with the basics. What exactly is MixMo?
MixMo, well, it has this really captivating multi-layered architecture. Like, imagine an orchestra, but instead of musicians, you have all these specialized AI models, each tuned to a different condition.
Oh, wow. So like one for fibroids, another for something else.
Exactly. You have one for fibroids, one for brain tumors, even models tackling lung cancer and diabetic retinopathy. It's quite impressive. That's a lot. It almost sounds like a one-stop shop for medical diagnostics.
Yeah.
But how do all these different AI models work together? I mean, wouldn't it be a bit chaotic with so many specialists all chiming in at once?
That's where the brilliance of Mixmo comes in. It has this reasoning layer, and it acts like a conductor, making sure all these AI musicians, so to speak, play in harmony.
Ah, I see. So it's like bringing all their findings together, looking for those patterns and connections that might be missed if they were all working separately.
Precisely. It's like having a team of, say, expert doctors, all consulting with each other, debating the evidence, and then, well, they arrive at a much more comprehensive diagnosis.
That makes a lot of sense. So it's not just about each AI model being good on its own. It's about how they all work together to paint a bigger picture.
Exactly.
But with all this talk about high-tech AI and these complex models, where does the human doctor fit into all of this? Are they being replaced?
That's a crucial point to consider. Mixmo is not designed to replace doctors. It's designed to empower them. Think of this technology as a really powerful tool in their arsenal. It provides detailed analysis, flags potential issues, and ultimately it just aids them in making better decisions for their patients.
Okay, that's reassuring. So it's more about giving doctors more information, not taking over their role. I like that.
Exactly. It's about collaboration.
No, what I found really interesting is how Mixmo is being developed. It's not your typical Silicon Valley story, is it?
Oh, absolutely not. Mixmo is being built with a community-driven approach in Ghana, tapping into the incredible tech talent pool there. They're using this hackathon framework, which is surprisingly cost-effective. We're talking around $20,000 per event.
Wow, that's a fraction of the cost you'd expect for something like this, and it's happening in Ghana.
Yes, it's a great example of how innovation can truly happen anywhere in the world with the right support and vision.
It really challenges those preconceptions about where cutting-edge technology has to come from. Very cool.
It is.
Okay, so we have this amazing technology, and it's being developed in a really unique way. But let's zoom in on one area where MixMos is showing incredible promise: uterine fibroid detection. Now, for those who might not know, what exactly are uterine fibroids?
So uterine fibroids are these non-cancerous growths in the uterus. And while they're non-cancerous, they can really impact a woman's health. We're talking pain, heavy bleeding, and even infertility in some cases.
Yeah, those sound pretty serious.
They can be. Early detection is really crucial, and that's where Mixmo's AI-powered solution comes in. It could be a game changer for millions of women globally.
I see. Now, the research paper we have actually dives into the specific AI model MixMo uses for this. It's called an attention-based efficient net B0. It's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it?
It is, a little bit, but essentially, think of it as this type of deep learning model that excels at analyzing images, particularly medical scans. Imagine a magnifying glass that can pinpoint the most significant areas.
Okay, so it's trained to recognize the patterns and features that indicate the presence of these fibroids.
Exactly. The AI is trained to see what a trained medical professional would look for.
That's incredible. And how accurate is it?
The results are remarkable. Mixmo's model has shown a 99% accuracy rate in detecting uterine fibroids.
99%. That's amazing. Is that better than a human doctor?
Well, human experts typically achieve around 85–90% accuracy, so this really highlights the potential of AI to not only match, but potentially even exceed human capabilities in certain areas of diagnostics.
That's really impressive. It feels like we're on the cusp of a healthcare revolution.
It's definitely an exciting time. Mixmo is just one example of the incredible advancements happening with AI in healthcare.
Okay, so we've talked about the technology, the development strategy, and this impressive accuracy. But I'm still curious about how this reasoning layer actually works. What makes it so special?
Let's dig into that. Welcome back. Before we jump back in, maybe Just a quick refresher on AI for our listeners. I mean, basically, it's about teaching computers, right, to learn from data and make decisions like we do, kind of like humans do. And we've been discussing this really groundbreaking MixMo platform. So um, let's peel back the layers, so to speak, and look closer at how this platform actually, works its magic.
You got it. We were talking about Mixmo's reasoning layer earlier, how it's like a conductor of an orchestra, bringing all those AI models together. But I'm still a little fuzzy on how it all actually works. Can we dive into that a bit more?
Absolutely. So each AI model within Mixmo, right, it's like a specialist, really highly skilled at a specific task. Like, let's say, identifying, those telltale signs of fibroids in, ultrasound images. But it's the reasoning layer that really takes center stage here. It analyzes the output from each of these models, searching for any potential conflicts or inconsistencies, and then it kind of weaves them all together to create a really comprehensive diagnostic picture.
So it's not just running these models independently. It's more like it's combining their insights in a way that's, well, more intelligent, right? Like it's almost like cross-checking their work.
Precisely. The reasoning layer is really looking for those subtle connections and patterns that might slip past an individual model. Kind of like a team of detectives. They're all pooling their clues together to solve a complex case.
Okay, I like that analogy. That makes it much easier to picture. So it's really adding that extra layer of analysis, like a double check, to really ensure accuracy.
It is. And it's really this collaborative approach within the reasoning layer that truly sets Mixmol apart. It's not just about having, well, a bunch of really smart AI models. It's about making sure they work together really effectively to reach the most accurate conclusion possible.
Gotcha. Okay, so we've got this reasoning layer acting as like the brain of the operation. But I'm also curious about those individual specialists, the AI models themselves. You mentioned one specifically for uterine fibroid detection. Can you tell us a bit more about how that particular model works?
Certainly. So the model used for fibroid detection is called, and I know it's a mouthful, an attention-based efficient EDB0. But just try to think of it as this highly trained, image recognition expert, specifically for medical scans.
Okay, so it's been trained on tons of images. It learns to recognize those patterns, and then it can apply that knowledge to new scans, right?
Exactly. But what makes this model even more interesting, I think, is the attention part of its name. Imagine you're looking at a really complex image. You wouldn't focus on every single detail equally, right? Your eyes naturally go to the areas that stand out, the areas that seem the most relevant.
That's true. It's like you're zooming in on the important parts, the things that catch your attention.
That's exactly what this attention mechanism in the model does. It allows the AI to actually prioritize specific regions of the scan that are most likely to provide really crucial information about the presence of those fibroids. It's like having a built-in spotlight, highlighting the key areas for analysis.
Wow, that's fascinating. So it's not just blindly processing the entire scan. It's actually learning to focus on the areas that are most important. It's getting smarter, in a way, about its analysis.
Exactly. And this attention mechanism is a major factor contributing to the models, to its high accuracy. It's learning to, well, cut through all the noise and zero in on those details that are most important for making an accurate diagnosis.
It sounds like building a system as complex as Mixmo. I mean, it's a huge undertaking, right? It's not just about the AI. It's the entire infrastructure, the data it's trained on, how it actually integrates with, existing healthcare systems.
You're spot on. And that's precisely why the development strategy, the one being used in Ghana, is so remarkable.
Right. We talked about that earlier, but just remind us again what makes their approach so unique.
So they're really embracing this community-driven approach, and it's centered around these incredibly productive hackathons. They bring together all these talented developers, data scientists, and medical professionals, giving them the platform and resources to really collaborate on specific challenges within the MixMo platform.
So it's not just about building the technology in isolation. It's about creating a space, like a collaborative environment where these experts can work together and actually test their ideas in a real world setting.
Exactly. A significant part of these hackathons involves rigorously testing and refining the models using actual real patient data. And that's to ensure, that they're performing as expected. It's really this hands-on approach, working closely with healthcare providers who are, well, they're on the ground, right? And it ensures that MixMo isn't just a theoretical concept, but a truly practical tool that can be seamlessly integrated into clinical practice.
I am really impressed by how cost effective this strategy seems to be. You mentioned that each hackathon costs around like $20,000. That's incredibly efficient for such a complex project.
It is, and it really underscores the immense potential for innovation that exists outside of those traditional, tech hubs.
Yeah.
They're harnessing local talent, leveraging existing infrastructure, and fostering this real spirit of collaboration. It just goes to show, I think, that groundbreaking solutions can really emerge from anywhere in the world.
It's a real testament to, well, to ingenuity and resourcefulness.
Absolutely.
Well,
MixMo it's a shining example of what can be achieved when brilliant minds come together with a shared goal, you
it
know.
really makes you wonder what other amazing solutions are out there just waiting to be discovered.
Exactly. And then, well, that brings us to the bigger picture, I think. MixMo is just one example, one powerful example of the AI revolution that's really sweeping through the entire healthcare industry right now.
Okay, let's talk about that. AI in healthcare. I mean, what does it all mean? Where do we go from here? That's what I'm really curious about.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing when you really think about the possibilities, right? We've been focusing on Mixmo and it's incredible potential. But what about like the bigger picture? What other advancements are out there in AI and healthcare? How could they transform healthcare as we know it?
Oh, the potential it's truly vast. Imagine, a world where AI helps us detect diseases like cancer or even Alzheimer's much earlier than we can now. I mean, at stages when treatment is, well, it's most effective. Early detection, it can make all the difference.
Absolutely. I mean, early intervention is key, and AI could really give us that head start, that critical head start. But I'm guessing AI's impact goes beyond, just diagnostics, right? You're absolutely right. AI, it can also play a pivotal role in personalizing treatments, tailoring therapies to, an individual's unique genetic makeup, their lifestyle. And that could lead to, well, to better outcomes, fewer side effects. It's a more targeted, more effective approach to healthcare, really.
So it's not just about finding the problem, it's about finding the right solution for each person. It's like having a treatment plan that's customized just for you.
Exactly. And AI, well, it can also help bridge the gap in healthcare accessibility,
Hmm.
particularly in, those remote or underserved areas where access to specialists or advanced medical technology is limited.
That's a really important point, especially, after learning about Mixmo's development in Ghana. Imagine a future where platforms like Mixmo are available, in clinics and hospitals everywhere, empowering healthcare providers, all over the world with these cutting-edge diagnostic tools. I mean, the impact on global health could be phenomenal.
It is an inspiring vision. AI really does have the potential to democratize access to quality healthcare, making it more equitable, more accessible for, well, for everyone, no matter their location or their circumstances.
It's really amazing to think about how technology can break down those barriers, but at the end of the day, it's not about, fancy technology, it's about improving people's lives. That's what matters.
Couldn't agree more. AI has the potential to make healthcare, well, more accurate, more efficient, more personalized, and definitely more accessible. And ultimately, that leads to healthier, happier lives for everyone, for people all over the world.
Well, it's been an absolutely fascinating journey, exploring Mixmo and this whole world of AI in healthcare. And as we wrap up this deep dive, I'm honestly left with this sense of awe, this excitement for the future of healthcare.
I completely share that feeling. The possibilities, they really are limitless. And we're just at the beginning of this incredible journey. I hope our listeners are feeling just as inspired as we are.
Me too. As we leave you today, I want to leave you with a thought-provoking question. If a platform like Mixmo, developed in Ghana, can achieve these groundbreaking results, what other transformative solutions are out there just waiting to be discovered in unexpected corners of the world? What if we could really tap into that global wellspring of innovation and create a healthcare ecosystem that truly benefits everyone everywhere? That's something I'll be thinking about for a long time.
It's a powerful question, and it's a journey. It's a journey we're all on together.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us today on this deep dive into the world of AI and healthcare.
Until